Hi guys, welcome to episode 16 of our giveaway Telecaster build. And on today's episode, the neck gets mounted to the body for real. Stay tuned. Let's get started. So, we're going to take our body and fit our neck. Now, as you may recall, the fit up on this is very, very tight. And I'm going to have a look to see if I have to clearance my pick guard right here. If you look right there, you can see that the fretboard comes down right on top of the leather. So we want to get that in there and pressed. And I don't think you'll be able to see it, but right in here, there's the slightest bit of a gap. And you can't see it over on this side because, well, it's just not there. So I'm going to have to take my razor blade and clearance the pick guard. Take my razor knife. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna carve right along the edge here. I'm gonna take my razor knife. I'm gonna cut into the leather. I wanna be careful because I don't want to go and make any huge cuts that are going to be detrimental to the leather. I just want to take out the minimum amount of leather that I have to in order to make this fit. All right, there we go, that's cut. Now, if you can see here, you can see where our cut lines are. Let's see if I can just flip this around. Get these all the way through the leather. Now when you get to the end, if you tilt your knife upright, it will help it get into the corner, because if you keep your knife at an angle, there's always going to be that little bit on the bottom that doesn't get cut through. Then, well, this leather does not want to give up the ghost. So, it does feel like I'm all the way through the plastic there. There we go. Now, that's the piece ready to take out right there. So now we can slide our neck back on. There. Now we lift it up and perfect. Put the guitar over and we can get started with our neck plate and screws. I like to start my screws by hand before I start, get them all in there before I start running them down. Now I'm going to use my drill for this, and I want to make sure that my neck is tight to the body before I start running it down, because I don't want there to be a space in there that can cause problems later. Okay. All right. Now, the neck is on, and it is solid. So the next thing we have to do is make sure that our neck is straight. So if our neck's not straight, we're gonna have to go in here, take out some wood from our edges in here, wherever we need to, and then we'll have to put in shims to move the neck left or right. So they give you a set of strings with the guitar kit. Now, I don't know what strings these are, where they come from, but I'm fairly certain they're not as good as the strings I'd want to put on one of my guitars anyway. So these are great for checking your neck fitment and your neck alignment. So we want to take the thickest string and the thinnest string. These are fairly light strings. So there we go. Thickest and thinnest, we're going to put them through the base of the bridge, which is how you string a Telecaster. Now, if you push your string out to the side, it allows you to pull through and then lay it up over its saddle. Then you want to come up to the top and you're going to put it in where it goes on the nut, and then you're going to put it in like you're stringing it. Now, the way I string my guitars is I go under, around, and then over so that it's up over the top. That way, as the string winds, it wants to lock down onto itself. Now remember, we're not trying to tune this guitar, we just want to pull enough tension on the string to where it's going to hold straight and hold a bit of tension. All right, good enough. Next, our high E string. Goes through the hole, pull like that, get it up over its saddle, bring it down through its space on the nut. Now, without even tightening this one, I can tell this neck is straight. I'll go ahead and run the string through just so you guys can see what I'm talking about, see what I see. But this is already a straight neck. Now my eyes aren't quite right since the motorcycle crash, so it sometimes takes me a couple of tries to get this, string through its the eye in the tuner. So now we're gonna crank on that a bit until we get some tension on the high E string. There we go. Now, we only have 2 strings on the guitar, the 2 E strings. And again, it's not tuned, it doesn't need to be. Actually, this action isn't terrible as it sits. Looks like the nut might even be already slotted properly. This could be one of the quickest setups I've ever done. But what we're looking for is we want the space on the neck to be the same between the high E and the low E on either side and at the top and the bottom. So you look at the top, right here by the nut, and you can see the space on either side of each E-string. Then you come down to the bottom, down by the neck pickup, and you can see it's really, really close. I mean, if I had to say, you know, the guitar might be a couple of degrees canted that way. I mean, it might need to go that way a couple of degrees if I was really being anal about it, but yeah, well, the buzz there is from the string. So let's get that string out of the way. Okay. There's a little bit of fret buzz. This nut might actually be a little bit too low. I'm looking at it, and it seems like, of course, once we true the neck and put all the strings on, the neck is going to bow in the middle a little bit because of the string tension. You want the neck, there we go. This string knocked our other string off. I'll wind it through here like this. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm hardly hearing any fret buzz on the high E, but I hear a fair amount up at the top. It's really just like the first fret that's buzzing. I don't have enough clearance off of that. But again, once I get all 6 strings on it and we get it tuned, the neck will probably go this way a little bit. And that's normal, that's expected. You want a little valley toward the 12th fret here in the middle when you start putting your strings on. That's why you make sure your neck is flat and straight without the strings on it. So, there we go. I honestly did not expect that to go that easily. So, here you go, folks. Here is our giveaway Telecaster, neck on, just about ready to go. Since this video is so short, I figure I'll give you guys a little sneak peek, just a little preview of what's to come. Let's go ahead and slide our telly over. Now you guys have seen me playing with this box for a little while. And now I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. I know what's in it, but I haven't seen it yet. This is our third build that I'm showing here. I don't want to give away the surprise of the second build. So that's why I haven't shown that one to you yet. But this one comes from a moon, and you know, seems to be pretty cool. Now, here is the body. Like I say, this thing it's cool. And it was, the eBay price was $103 shipped. So I could not make this guitar for that price. Now, here's the body. I mean, look at that. It's just, it's wild, man. I mean, it is just absolutely crazy. It's got a nice little belly cut in the back here. It has a slight bit of chamfer here for the, for your arm. I might increase that. It is all a single piece basswood. Well, it's multiple pieces of basswood, but it seems to be well constructed. And then here is the piece that really will blow your skirt up. There's the neck. This is a headless design guitar. There is no head on this neck. In this gigantic bag of parts, there is a killer locking tremolo system with a large internal screw and a tension nut. This is called the Overlord of Music. This is just killer. And unlike our giveaway Telecaster, this one comes with instructions in the box. So that's pretty cool. Now let's see, let me dig around here, let me find the head, the headless head. Now there is our pickups. And as you can see in here, this is routed for a single humbucker, or an SSH setup. If you are new to the guitar building scene, if you see something that comes up as SSH, that's single humbucker. If it comes up as HSH, that's humbucker, single humbucker. Or SSS, like a Stratocaster, would be single. Okay, now this even comes with the Allen wrenches to work on it. It has, looks like 3 Allen wrenches in a little bag. And then, let's see, up in all this stuff is the locking head unit. These are the neck plate and the rear cover plate. That is not already drilled, so we'll take care of that. And obviously this guitar is getting painted. So that's just our pickups, the screws, and the soap. I think our headpiece. Okay, this is our bridge, which goes in here, like so. Let's move that over so you can get a better look at it. Okay, here it is. I'll show you the headpiece, or what qualifies as a head on this particular guitar. It is this locking system here. That's it. You string your, you put your, this, set that aside. This goes here, like so. You screw it onto the end of the neck, right? So this acts as your nut, but your strings go in through here. Then you run them to the bridge, pull them through, and then these act as your tuners. I think it's just wild, man. I love this thing. I saw this and I'm like, I have to get that because that is just too cool. I just, I couldn't not get it. Especially considering for the price, the list price on eBay. Now, bear in mind, this is just eBay. But for the list price, I couldn't buy it. I mean, I couldn't build it for that money. Just the parts you have here, just buying all of that, let alone the wood, even if I made it out of scrap wood, I'd still have at least as much into it as this. So that's it for today. Now remember, guys, if you want to win our giveaway Telecaster, which we'll be giving away quite soon, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment below. Now, full rules for the giveaway will be in the description of the video. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and click the little button up there. If you haven't seen the first video in the build, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and click right there. That'll take you back to the first episode in our giveaway Telecaster build. If you want to see the most recent video on the channel, that'll be down there. So if you're watching this after the Telecaster's already been given away, if you're a future subscriber and you're going back to watch the early stuff, then the most recent for the channel right there. So till next time, this is your Guitar Goomba Lucky saying, keep rocking.